Have you ever thought about where your produce comes from? Most grocery chains receive produce from various local and national farmers. In fact, there are about 3.4 million farmers in the United States today. But of that staggering number, only 45,000 are Black farmers. At the Better Buggy, we are a proud group of Atlanta-based Black-owned farmers, selling produce locally and nationwide. Our easy-to-navigate online platform makes it easy for you to make a one-time purchase or to simplify your life by subscribing to our weekly produce box. Whichever frequency you choose, you can order with confidence, knowing you'll receive 100% organic farm-fresh produce. If you're looking for a thoughtful gift for a loved one that they'd actually find useful, be sure to pop by our online store where you can snag a gift card your recipient can use to order their own produce and t-shirts. Ready to start supporting local Black-owned farms and making healthier food decisions? Visit thebetterbuggy.com now to start shopping.
Ladies and gentlemen, Maryland, they are something else right now with their fight for police reform. So this came out on NPR April 10th, 2021. And, at first I looked at this and I was like, Then I went back and looked again. And I said, no, I'm going to do this video. So Maryland lawmakers overrode the governor, Larry Hogan, to push through this police reform bill. He saw the bill and vetoed it, and they met again and overruled him. They overruled the governor, and they pushed this thing through. So this is NPR, April 10th, 2021. Maryland lawmakers voted Saturday to override Republican Governor Larry Hogan's veto of three far-reaching police reform measures that supporters said are needed to increase accountability and restore public trust. One of the measures repealed job protections in the police disciplinary process that critics say impede accountability. Maryland approved the nation's first law enforcement Bill of Rights in 1974, and about 20 states have adopted similar laws setting due process measures for investigating police misconduct. Maryland is the first to repeal the law, replacing it with new procedures that give civilians a role in the police disciplinary process. The Democratic-controlled Assembly has been working on reforms for months. Following nationwide protests against racial injustice that were fueled by the police custody death of George Floyd in Minnesota nearly 1 year ago. Last year, I attended and participated in multiple demonstrations of people demanding change. The young and the old, people of all races and walks of life, said Senator Charles Sidner, a Democrat who sponsored one of the measures. With so many situations being thrust before our eyes, we could no longer deny that what we see, and I thank my colleagues for believing our eyes and listening to the majority of Marylanders. Opponents said the measure went too far. The package include provisions to increase the civil liability limits on lawsuits involving police from 400,000 to 890,000. An officer convicted of causing serious injury or death through excessive force could face 10 years in prison. Senator Robert Casselly, a Republican, described the legislation as anti-cop. So, the governor and these Republican state senators, they want everything to remain the same. It allows for hindsight, a review of folks sitting in an easy chair to judge people who made split decisions and volatile situations. Yeah, but that's not the case. Okay, if you're shooting an unarmed Black person, how is that a volatile situation and you're shooting them in the back? No, not buying it. Hogan also vetoed legislation with a new statewide use of force policy and mandated use of body cameras statewide by July 2025. Having body cameras on has not decreased Black people from being shot by cops. I'm sorry, but body cameras, that just, I guess that is to make us think they're doing something, but actually it's nothing because they lie. They'll write a police report that's different from the video and get away with it. Okay. They will result in great damage to police recruitment and retention, posing significant risks to public safety throughout our state, Hogan wrote. But State Senator Jill Carter, a Baltimore Democrat, said erosion of public confidence occur when nothing is done after residents file complaints against police who are then able to retaliate for the complaint with full knowledge that there'll be no transparency, there'll be no public disclosure, there'll be no repercussions. It is a critically important step in the right direction. Carter, who sponsored the bill to increase public access to police disciplinary records. The measure is named Anton Black. Okay, so it's named after a 19-year-old African American who died in police custody in 2018 in a rural town in Maryland's Eastern Shore. Maryland has struggled with police accountability problems in recent years. Baltimore Police Department entered into a federal consent decree after Freddie Gray suffered a broken neck in police custody and died, sparking unrest in the city in 2015. Lawmakers approved some police reforms the following year, but critics said they were not enough. Mm-mm-mm. So, separately on Saturday, the legislation also overrode Hogan's veto of a bill that will ban sentences of life in prison without the possibility of parole for juveniles. Okay. So they are just pushing the governor in Maryland out of the way. So what they're doing is making everything transparent. And now you can look, and in Maryland, you'll be able to look into the background of these police officers and you'll see how many people they done shot and did wrong or how many complaints they had against them. So what they're trying to do is make sure there's more accountability for cops, and Larry Hogan apparently don't want that to happen. So he was trying to veto everything. But I'm astonished they did this because a lot of times when something is vetoed, that's pretty much the end of it. But in Maryland, they pretty much fought back. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. But, you know, essentially, y'all, is still not enough. So I understand, what they're saying. If they use excessive force, they can face up to 10 years in prison. But let's be real. How many cops are they going to really try and give 10 years to? Most courts are not going to do this to a cop. If Maryland do it, it'll be a first. If we see a whole string of them get these 10-year sentences in jail, I just don't see it. But, look, as long as we're under this system, we know it's never going to be enough. And that's intentional. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.